Doesn't it feel great to be alive? What is up, baseball YouTube fans? Hope all you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you guys are getting ready to end the year of 2025. I still cannot believe that in 2 days will be the last day of 2025. It feels like the year has gone by like so fast, so quick. I mean, it kind of feels like yesterday it was the beginning of 2025, and in like 3 days it will be the beginning of a new year. It's just crazy to me. But anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel of Main Event Baseball with Ryan right here on YouTube. So guys, in today's episode, we're just going to talk some, well, of course, baseball, but we're going to really talk about the upcoming 2026 World Baseball Classic, because I don't know if you guys knew, but the games schedules aren't out and all that. And again, guys, the 2026 World Baseball Classic begins on Thursday, March 5th. I believe it will be Pool C that will kick things off with 2 games on March 5th. And we are going to talk about those games in just a little bit. But before we get into anything, as you guys can see, I am wearing my new Main Event Baseball with Ryan YouTube shirt. So shout out to the Dayton family in Round Rock, Texas. They made this for me. They made a pen for me with the Main Event Baseball logo on it. And if that weren't enough, they made this for me with the logo on as well. And this amazing t-shirt. You saw the old one. I like the old t-shirt, guys, but the problem is, like, with this lettering on the old one, you cannot see it. So, you know, that's kind of the little bit of a problem. But again, shout out to the amazing Dayton family. Mwah. Love you guys. And again, thank you for the Main Event Baseball with Ryan gear. So, now with all of that out of the way and the show, we can actually get into the topic, guys. And let's just get it underway. Talk about the game schedule for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Okay, guys. So, like I said, the Pool C will actually kick things off. Pool C is going to be taking place in Tokyo, Japan, at the amazing, iconic Tokyo Dome. So the first game we got on our belt will be the Czech Republic versus Korea. Now, the Czech Republic, this will be their second World Baseball Classic. They actually qualified for their very first ever WBC back in 2022 for the 2023 World Baseball Classic. So it will also be the second time that we will see Korea meet one-on-one with the Czech Republic. Now, back in the 2023 World Baseball Classic, the Czech Republic was a very interesting country coming into the tournament. Number one, they only had one X, yes, keyword is X, MLB player on their roster, and that was Eric Sogard. Now, in case you guys don't know, Eric Sogard was an MLB player for multiple teams, guys. He really wasn't an everyday player. And so it was kind of, it was kind of unique, because when the Czech Republic back in 2022 were in Germany, and they were in the qualifying for the World Baseball Classic, Eric Sogard was not on the team for the qualifying round. He ended up coming out of retirement to play for the Czech Republic back in 2023. But what is really interesting, guys, about the Czech Republic, at least back in 2023, is everybody on their team were not full-time baseball players, including the coaching staff, okay? So the head coach or the manager, he was a surgeon. I believe some of the players were like a high school teacher. There were players on the team that were a mechanic. There was actually, I think the pitching coach was a police officer. So, like, again, they were not full-time baseball players, okay? And so everybody, coming into watching the 2023 WBC, number one, it was really, really interesting. Not only was it their very first ever time being in the tournament, but it was unique. Again, you got the coaching staff and the players that were not full-time baseball players. And really, the only player on their team with the most experience was ex and former MLB player Eric Sogard, who at the very last minute decided to join the Czech Republic. And you're probably wondering, well, why would Eric Sogard, a ex-MLB player, join the Czech Republic? And, that is a very good question. Well, Eric Sogard has family background in the Czech Republic, so he was actually eligible to play for the country and the team back in 2023. So, and you know what, the Czech Republic, they didn't do that bad. They didn't make it out of the opening round, of course. But what was really interesting about it is they did not have to qualify for this upcoming World Baseball Classic. They ended up only winning one game. But there was one country in Pool C back in 2023 that did not win a game, and it was China. And in 2023, it was China's third time being in the World Baseball Classic. China has never made it out of the opening round, guys. And China, back in the 2023 WBC, their manager was a ex-MLB player. The manager was also a former minor league manager with 4 different organizations, guys. He was the only American on the coaching staff. There was a player, 17 years old, that was American, who actually ended up pitching and, at the age of 17, pitching in one of the biggest baseball global tournaments, for a country that really doesn't have a whole lot of baseball, guys, was really, really interesting. Okay, but the country China, they ended up not winning a single game, so they had to qualify for this upcoming tournament earlier this year in Arizona, guys. And China will not be in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. But back to the Czech Republic, guys. So after the 2023 WBC, the Czech Republic, the entire team went to a baseball academy in Florida because they didn't have to qualify for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. So they spent a lot of time in Florida at this baseball academy that was that headlined a lot of former MLB players, a lot of former Japanese baseball players. It's actually in Orlando, Florida that they did this. And you can learn a whole lot more about the Czech Republic, guys. But they will be entering their second WBC tournament, guys. And they will kick off Pool C and the 2026 World Baseball Classic when they face Korea. Now, Korea, guys, the last time, like I said earlier in this episode, it'll be the second time these two countries meet one-on-one in the tournament. So Korea, guys, they beat the Czech Republic in one of the games back in 2023, guys. And the Czech Republic actually took it to Korea, which was very, very interesting. I thought that game would not even be close, but the Czech Republic, despite only scoring 1 run, they had 7 hits. And you know what? I was really impressed. Number one, guys, when you look at Korea, the KBO, in South Korea, baseball is huge. In case you guys don't know, there's a minor league baseball league in South Korea, and then there's the pro baseball league that is called the KBO, which, by the way, former LA Dodger and MLB player Yasiel Puig is playing in the KBO currently. So, but Korea would end up winning that game, guys. And so, I'm very interested to find out, how the Czech Republic does in their second World Baseball Classic tournament, especially, guys, what they learned from 2023. And before you ask me, the 2026 Czech Republic WBC coaching staff is completely different. I know you guys are probably going to ask me that question. It is 1,000% completely different, guys. Last I checked on the roster, there are only 3 players from the 2023 WBC Czech Republic team that are going to return. And ex and former MLB player Eric Sogard is not going to be playing for the Czech Republic. He will be on their coaching staff as the first base coach and the assistant hitting coach. So bravo to that, guys. But when you look at the Czech Republic taking on Korea, guys, to open up Pool C and the 2026 World Baseball Classic, obviously Korea is the favorite to win. Okay, obviously. But you never know. I mean, learning what the Czech Republic learned in their first WBC, they may play a little bit differently, especially with a new coaching staff. And then you got a former and ex-MLB player who is actually going to be on the coaching staff and can bring a lot of wisdom to that country, guys. So that will be how the WBC kicks off. Again, March 5th is when the tournament begins. But there will only be 2 games on March 5th, both of them coming out of Pool C from Tokyo, Japan, in the Tokyo Dome. So it'll be pretty interesting, guys, and all of that. So, but we kind of talk about our second game in Pool C and the second game out of the 2026 World Baseball Classic, guys, and that is going to be Australia, hello, mate, taking on Chinese Taipei. These are 2 countries that are no stranger to the WBC. But these 2 countries have not been in the same pool since the 2009 World Baseball Classic. So for the very first time since the 2009 WBC, those 2 countries, Chinese Taipei and LA, Australia, will actually be in the same pool, guys. It's going to be very interesting knowing that these 2 countries actually both have professional baseball leagues, both in their homeland, and they're also no stranger to the World Baseball Classic and the tournament, guys. So when I got to go to lunch with my mom, but when we get back, we will preview that game and all that, and then I will want to know really what you guys think and who you guys got in the tournament with these 2 games. So let me go to lunch with my mom, and then I'll come back and we will preview Australia versus Chinese Taipei for the second game of the 2026 World Baseball Classic. But again, the tournament will begin March 5th from Tokyo, Japan in the Tokyo Dome. Hey, baseball fans, Ryan here. I am back from what was a amazing lunch, and we can get back into it now. So as we were talking about earlier in this episode, we were talking about the 2026 World Baseball Classic. And like I said, March 5th, the tournament begins. Pool C will kick things off from the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. And the two games will be the Czech Republic, versus Korea. And the game we are just about to talk about right now, Australia taking on Chinese Taipei. Before we get into any further, guys, Chinese Taipei is located in Taiwan. I get asked that a lot. Where is Chinese Taipei located on the global map? It is in Taiwan. Taiwan, guys, has baseball is very, very interesting down there for a lot of reasons. They actually have they are, I actually like saying this a little bit, but in 2026, in the USA, we will have the very first ever women's professional baseball league. Well, if you go to Taiwan, they have a professional baseball league for women. I'm not talking about softball. I'm talking about the beautiful game of baseball. So in a way, Taiwan is ahead of the United States in the lovely game of baseball. But that's not what we're talking about. So guys, Chinese Taipei and Australia. Like I said, for the very first time since 2009, long time ago, they will be in the same pool. Now, every single time that Australia has been in the World Baseball Classic, and believe me, they have played in every single World Baseball Classic, every single one since 2006, which was the very first ever World Baseball Classic tournament. Australia, guys, they have a really big, surprisingly, baseball is not the number one sport over there, but it is definitely one of the top sports, especially the Winter League. But Chinese Taipei, guys, they're pretty good. They're pretty competitive. They have actually had 16 players from Chinese Taipei end up playing in MLB, guys, and they are one of the most recognized professional baseball leagues in the world, okay? But here's the caveat. Chinese Taipei has never in its world made it to a final in the World Baseball Classic. Chinese Taipei has never won the World Baseball Classic. And like I say, they have been a part of every single World Baseball Classic ever since 2006. They actually had a pretty good run in 2023. They were the host of one of the rounds in the last WBC. And they came that close from going on to the quarterfinals. All they had to do to go to the quarterfinals was beat Cuba. And what's really interesting about that one game, I still remember it, is Chinese Taipei was up by 4 runs. Okay, 4 runs in the 7th inning against Cuba back in 2023, and they lost that game. Didn't just lose that game, but they would not go on to the quarterfinals, and they finished last place in the pool, and they had to qualify for the 2026 World Baseball Classic earlier this year. And surprisingly, they hosted that qualifying round in a brand new stadium. It was actually a dome, a brand new dome. Okay, and one thing about the baseball in Taiwan or Chinese Taipei is they do not have a lot of indoor stadiums. They only have one stadium in the Chinese Taipei Professional Baseball League that is indoors, and it is their new dome, which, by the way, it looks marvelous. If you guys have never taken a look at it, I would highly, highly recommend you look it up, guys. It is one of a kind. It is a state of the art. It cost over $3 billion in U.S. money to get this dome made. It was amazing. It's humongous. It's actually almost the size of the Tokyo Dome. And if you guys don't know how big the Tokyo Dome really is, the Tokyo Dome is huge. I mean, it's more than a baseball complex, guys. Professional softball games also take place in the Tokyo Dome as well, guys. I mean, the Tokyo Dome is literally huge. All right, I'm not kidding. Okay, but yeah. So it'll be really interesting, guys, to watch the World Baseball Classic. If you guys have never watched the World Baseball Classic, it's bigger than watching the Olympics. And I'm not using a figure of speech. I'm being dead serious with you guys. When you watch baseball in the Olympics, the World Baseball Classic is bigger than baseball in the Olympics, because when you go to the Olympics for baseball, you don't have a lot of guys that are at the professional level. Most of them are former at the professional level. And when you got the World Baseball Classic, this huge global baseball tournament, you got players that are playing in this tournament that are at MLB level or the professional baseball level, wherever they are. So, I mean, look at Team USA, Paul Skeens, Kyle Schwarber, Aaron Judge. Those are just three men that are going to play for Team USA in the 2026 WBC. Might I add, Tarek Skubal. So, and Shohei Ohtani, a two-time World Series champion in MLB, is going to play for Japan, guys. I mean, this is a tournament, again, that begins March 5th, but it is a tournament you guys will not want to miss. And again, guys, if you guys have never watched it, you are missing something special. I held my mom against her will in spring training in 2023 to watch the tournament. I did not let her leave the apartment we were in until she watched a game. I'm not joking with you guys. Yes, I committed a crime, unlawful imprisonment. Yes, I'll confess to that. But it's literally how big the tournament is, guys. It's something you don't want to miss. It's the best of the best representing their countries. And I'm just telling you guys, if you're a big baseball fan and a big baseball nutcase like I am, and you've never watched it, you guys will enjoy it. I promise you that. So, and it all begins March 5th from the Tokyo Dome. So, but yeah, guys. So there you have it. March 5th. 2 games to watch: Korea versus the Czech Republic and Australia. Hello, mate, taking on Chinese Taipei. And those will be the only games on March 5th. Everybody else will begin on March 6th. So, but yeah, guys. So, again, I know, so I don't know a lot of diehard baseball fans that have never watched the World Baseball Classic. I bet there were. I'm not saying if you're a baseball fan and you've never watched this, you're living under a rock. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, believe me and trust me when you say this. Watching this tournament, you will love it, okay? Love it. This is bigger than watching, in a way, this is bigger than watching MLB opening day. Because, like I said, this tournament only happens once every 4 years. So, in a way, this tournament is bigger than the MLB postseason. Because every game, what makes this tournament so unique? Every single game is like watching an MLB postseason game. We kind of get postseason baseball all the way beginning in March. That's kind of like how big this tournament is, guys. And there is no way you guys want to miss one single game. Okay? Don't get me wrong, guys. Go out, watch your favorite MLB team in spring training. Do that. I highly, highly encourage it. But take time to watch the WBC tournament, guys. You guys will not be disappointed one bit. Promise you. Okay? So there you have it, guys. I don't even know how many days till March 5th, but that is when the 2026 WBC, aka Winter Baseball Classic, begins. It will all begin starting March 5th, Pool C from the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. And believe me, you guys, again, will absolutely not want to miss the tournament. All right, guys, that is all I have for you guys on this edition of Main Event Baseball with Ryan, guys. I just wanted to say a shout out to the Dayton family in Round Rock, Texas. They have sent, if you guys probably know my two-time guest, at least one of my two-time guests on the channel, Cameron Dayton. His family has sent me all this, so shout out to them in Round Rock, Texas, guys. So Round Rock, guys, Texas, that's where they live at. You guys probably know that is the AAA home of the Texas Rangers, guys, and all of that. But, well, fun fact for you guys about Round Rock, Texas. But other than that, guys, hasn't 2025 gone by so fast? But anyway, guys, drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe down below. If you're not a subscriber, go out and spread the word, guys. Baseball season is almost here. Even a new year is almost here. I can't wait. I bet you guys can't wait. So, but other than that, guys, have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you all in the next episode.